I would really wish for the community to start opening our perspective, to let the membrane of our community expand and be more fluid and let things in and out. Are you able to implement a free, decentralized, competitive layer of mining that works like Bitcoin, but in internet speed? We have our own village, but there is a phase which we should pass, which is, starting integrating with the broader crypto community. I see us going full force on the whole algo trading MEV problem in crypto. The more vacuum that true decentralization enables, the more people feel that there's a true need for them to come up and contribute. The main metric that I prefer using is the speed of the block rate. The internet speed of a proof of work system. DAG is not a solution at all. DAG is a problem. It's just the right way of forming the problem. I think the problem is more interesting. You should grind on the problem. Am I trying to solve something that I prove that is impossible? Whether we will achieve my dream of 100 blocks per second, you'll need to compromise. You need to give up on something. And now ask yourself, does it smell right? Do they promise too much? I know the people that have spoken, Satoshi and engaged with him. These are really, serious cypherpunks. I personally know dozens of people who are much more Satoshi than me. Okay, this is exactly what Satoshi would have said. I envision the parallelism of Solana, designed with the zero-knowledge rollups implemented on Ethereum. You bake them together into Kaspa. Both in terms of actual features and in terms of culture, I would really wish for the community to start opening our perspective. I think that's probably my biggest wish for Kaspa community. I mainly see the collaborations coming rather than mentioning something specific. I want the project to be very decentralized, and there's a natural tendency to form communities around founders, and I hope and wish the community to be formed around itself, and I wish myself to just be part of it. Thanks for everyone for coming, and just consider me one of the crowd.
Now this is a story all about how my life got twisted, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right here. I'll tell you how I found Kaspa and why it's so clear. In a world of blockchains, full of delays on centralized systems, I spent most of my days chilling, waiting, frustrated as heck, while the mempools clogged and the fees kept me in check. Then a couple of devs who were up to some good started solving problems that no one understood. I read one white paper and my head got aware. They said, welcome to the future. here, decentralization's here. I dove into the DAJ, block by block it's aligned, transactions confirmed in record-breaking time, parallel paths, no congestion, no queue. Kaspa scales smoothly with the tech so new. Security, check scalability tight. Decentralized mining keeps everything right. This ain't no old chain, it's innovation refined. Proof of work reimagined, efficiency defined. Now my life's on Kaspa, it's fast and it's real. Every block is solid, no secrets to conceal. If anything I could say that this network's rare, but I thought, yo, forget it, this tech is premier. Block DAG architecture, it's a sight to behold. Transactions flow fast like stories being told. No wasted blocks, no time to stall. Kaspa's here to prove it, can handle it all. The miners stay distributed, the network secure, no single entity controls it. Of that I'm sure, and as the adoption grows, the world will see. Kaspa's not just a blockchain, it's the future to be. It's the future to be. It's the
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Good evening, welcome to Blockchain Banter, episode 57. How are we all doing? Chris, how are you, man?
Melting. How are you?
Bro, I've had to close the door so I don't get disturbed by no pets, no family, no nobody, and I'm already baking.
I mean, I can't complain because we don't get this type of weather usually, so I'm trying to embrace it as much as possible. But Jesus, that was hot today. That was relentless.
We hit what, 32 today? It was 34 yesterday as well. Insane weather, man.
Yeah, and it's a different heat. Like, I don't care what anyone says, UK heat, like 30 degrees in the UK is massively different than 30 degrees in like Spain or somewhere else. I don't know what it is. I think we just like to be shit at everything in the UK, and having hot weather is also one of them.
Mate, it's because the UK is pretty much like land surrounded by buildings and concrete, right? And where I am situated in London, there is no breathing space, proper landlocked in. So that heat that you're talking about, bloody hell, man, it's insane in here. Completely different to Cyprus.
Yeah, plus we don't have it like aircon in the UK. It's not normal to have like aircon, is it? In the houses and stuff like that. So we're just... Oh, of course you do.
Yeah, my house, my flat, Wolfie's, the salon, we've got aircon in all of them.
That might be an idea, actually. Are you inviting me to sleep at Wolfie's bar?
You can, if you want to.
Or at the flat. Yeah, or the flat, yeah. Yeah. I think I prefer to stay at the bar, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, we installed it a while ago. We just couldn't, because it is different. I mean, I grew up in South Africa, and in South Africa, it doesn't feel like this, and it's some days are like 40 degrees. So it's just different. It's the humidity here is much more, and I don't know what else is going on here, but it's not nice.
Yeah, it just chokes you. Like, I know trying to sleep tonight is going to be a nightmare. We've got like a £10 shitty fan going on. Like, that's going to do anything. Just pushes hot air around. Well, I think we do it just to try and convince ourselves that it is doing something, but it doesn't. But yeah, that also proves my point as well. We're like the UK, us Brits are extremely good moaners. We can moan about anything, even hot weather we'll moan about. And then it'll piss down later and we'll moan about that as well. So yeah, proud to be British over here, moaning as much as we can.
But do you have a merch store? That's the question.
If I did, I'd be moaning about it. Oh dear. Best kept secret ever in the whole. Like, actually, it's probably a better kept secret than who Satoshi is. I think people have got more chance of knowing who Satoshi is than knowing that we actually have a merch store, rockthekaspa.com. Go get all your cool gear there. Last day actually for cat claims as well, I think. Is it, Ashton?
Yes, it is. If you hold cat claim level 1, today is the last day. So definitely check out the merch store.
If you've ever heard of it.
Yeah. Or maybe if you just heard about it right now.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out why you're complaining about 30 degrees. 30 degrees over here is winter weather, man.
Bro, I'm telling you, 30 degrees here is probably like 80 degrees in California.
I looked it up because I have no idea what Celsius is other than an energy drink. And it's actually 80 exactly here right now. And it's like 26.5 Celsius, I guess. I don't know why you guys use decimals on your temperatures. Seems difficult.
Because the whole world uses it. It's just normal. You guys are the freaks.
Hey, Ashton, better get practicing with it, man. You're going to Berlin soon.
Yeah, is it going to be 30 degrees there too?
Probably not. It's like quite wet and damp there as well. It's the whole of Europe is pretty shit, really. I'm joking. Actually, I love Germany. I think Germany is one of my favourite. Yeah, no, it is. It's one of my favourite places to go in Europe. Beautiful place, massive country as well.
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. The only place in Europe I've ever been is Bucharest, Romania, for the last event.
I bet that was a good one as well.
Oh yeah, it was fun. Absolutely fun.
I wanted to say as well. Sorry, Wolf.
I was just saying you can listen to a lot of techno in Germany. It's always the thing that I notice when I'm there, the amount of techno music.
Talking to DJs for the after party event, and I agree with you. It seems like that's the theme.
Fuck,
EDM, techno stuff.
I go to Beer Fest every year in Munich, and me and my brother, and we take a bunch of people with, and then usually after we've drank the whole day in the beer tents, we take them out to the Porsche Club. And then every time when we get like an Uber driver or something, when they park in front, as soon as you're in this rave, just going full blast all the way to the club every single time.
So the Porsche Club is different than the Kit Kat Club, is what you're saying?
I don't know. The Porsche Club's nice. First time I went there, I had this friend. His name is Evil. But in Afrikaans, you call him Evil. But if you spell it in English, his name is Evil. He is a bit evil. And he made a bunch of money selling, this cash for gold things. And he advertised and took people's jewelry and things. And so he became wealthy very, very young, like in his early 20s. And he took us to the Porsche Club. And then the last time he was at the Porsche Club, he and his brother took a BMW and they did donuts in the parking lot and they put the car through the reception. And then when we got there, the bouncer was like, what the fuck, you guys are coming in here. There's no way in this process. And my brother started talking with the bouncer and Evo started talking with the bouncer. He said, okay, but even if I want to let you in, I'm not going to let him in. He looks at me and he says, I can't handle that. And my brother says, but I'll handle him. And then the guy says, okay, but who the fuck's going to handle you in the process? But anyway, we got in. We had fun.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if I was working the doors, I probably would turn you away as well. There's no chance. No chance. Like a tranquilizer gun, maybe. It'd have to be like rhino tranquilizer or horse tranquilizer, though, I reckon, to properly put you out. So unless I had one of those handy, you're probably not coming in, Wolf.
I think I would have just offered Wolf the job and enjoyed the night.
Yeah, subbed out, subcontracted out your job. That would have
Exactly.
been perfect. Oh dear. Well, I was going to say the one thing I really do like about Germany and France, like when you travel through Europe, is the radio. Because obviously here in Britain, it's all like formal, and we can't say fuck or bugger before like 6 o'clock or so. Like, so it's all like very formal. You go to France or Germany, switch the radio on, especially onto like a techno radio station. They are literally just like, let's fucking go, guys. Let's have this. Fucking yeah. And I just, honestly, I love it. It's so funny. So yeah, that's the only reason I love going to Germany and or Europe in general, is to listen to their radio.
Dude, that's really interesting, especially the timing of it. It's I never hear cursing on radio in the US. I think it's like 10 or 11 p.m. or something that it's like allowed to start from the FCC. It's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Didn't do that either.
you're gonna love it in Europe then, bro. you wake up, you make yourself a cup of coffee, you switch the radio on, and there they are, just effing and blinding. They love it.
Damn, I gotta find me some radio and some tinfoil so I can get a good signal.
Yeah. I love it as well. You don't even need to go to Europe to listen to it now. We've got like DAB and everything, don't we? We're just like literally, we can be in our own country and listen to foreign radio. It's fine. Anyway, we should be talking about crypto, especially seeing as this is Blockchain Banter, the best crypto show ever on X. Oh yeah, I wanted to say,
who listens to radio? We got Blockchain Banter every single week on Spaces nowadays, man. Radio's gonna be a thing of the past soon, eh?
Yeah, it will be.
I don't know, man. A Crumpet Media radio station would be fun.
Oh damn, that would be good. That would actually be awesome.
We should call it CMFM.
Oof, there you go.
Oh damn, that would be amazing. Especially with our radio hosting skills, like we are flawless. We never say or have I've just said it, or have silences.
Yeah, there'll be no awkward silences on the radio station for sure.
Oh dear, yeah, it'd be blinding. I'd love that one. I've been trying to say this to you for about 8 times now, but I keep getting interrupted. Happy birthday, Nacho.
Yes, happy birthday to Nacho. All this started exactly 1 year ago. And shout out to all the people who know the feeling of being part of that first midday, because that was real.
Absolutely incredible. And again, massive congratulations to Nacho in general. You guys have really been working through your roadmap and have produced some incredible stuff in just a tiny year. So massive props to you guys. You've done incredible work, and more to come as well.
100%. Yeah, we are never going to stop. That's for sure. And yeah, I got to just pass along that thanks to everyone involved. The 40, 50 contributors, all the different developers, the folks who are still contributing, the ones who don't anymore, just everybody. It has been a massive community effort and huge success.
100%, man. And I suppose in Berlin, it's sort of like a birthday party, maybe the after party.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. We initially had kind of slated it and targeted everything to line up a little bit better with timeline, but in terms of the 1 year marker, I don't think anyone cares specifically to be partying on the day, right? We just need to celebrate the energy and all the excitement that's coming with it. So with EVM rolling out and layer 2's in development and Moonbound development, makes a little bit more sense to do it in the fall instead of today. But nonetheless, yeah, Nacho the Cat after party is definitely celebrating the year that we've completed.
Gonna be awesome as well, man. And there's not very many tickets left for that, so if you are contemplating on going, definitely get yourself signed up to it before they all go. I think it's only like, is it 25 tickets left remaining for the after party?
Yep, just about that. I haven't refreshed it in the past couple hours, but yeah, just about 3/4 of them are gone. So you are in the final stretch here if you want an after party ticket. In terms of main event, I think there's just about half of them left.
Awesome. So it's going nicely, but yeah, certainly for the after party, if you are wanting to get to that, definitely secure your place because, 25 left. There's not a lot, and I'm going to be there, and I will be getting drunk at that after party, but
I heard
respectfully
that
drunk.
that means push-ups.
Yeah, I've been practicing. Honestly, there's this guy who does. I can't remember his name. Oh, come on, think, brain, think. It is. No, can't remember him. But he's this Mexican guy. Looks like he just worked out in prison the whole time, and he does these the Burpee King. Jesus, I've tried to do one of his challenges. I probably lasted about 10 seconds. It's insane what he does. So I may pull that out if I get good enough at it at the after party.
Dude, that'll be fun to see because I've watched that video and you got 10 seconds longer, farther in your attempt than I did. I watched the video and said, fuck that.
Dude is awesome though, isn't he? And the music as well to DMX is just like perfect, the beat to it. But Jesus, he can, like, I don't think people realise how hard that actually is until you try it. I was out of breath. I've never felt so unfit in my whole life just doing a burpee challenge.
I burp all the time. I don't find it difficult.
Yeah. Wolf, I would love to see you do what this geezer does, honestly.
I'll struggle, man. I've got a bit more mass to move.
That's why I'd love to see it. Your push-ups would probably actually just push the earth down. So
I was
it's not
about to
really
say,
a
we need to
push-up.
like reinforce the floor before he tries this.
Yeah.
You
He'll
joke,
make it a
but
ground floor. We'll be on a rooftop. He'll make it a ground floor.
my younger brother can do pull-ups, and he weighs 170 kg. So he weighs 350 pounds for you, Ashton. And he can actually do he can do pull-ups and dips. So he's quite strong.
Yeah,
That is a lot of strength.
Yeah.
And thank you for the conversion in real time.
Yes.
Sitting over here like, how many degrees is that?
Yeah. How many kilometers is that? Actually, I'm with you. We actually, that's where Brits and US do agree. We are mileage people. We like our miles.
Interesting. I didn't know that. No kilometers in the UK, huh?
No.
It's frustrating.
No.
Well, at least you don't use pounds for weight. Then people would be very expensive.
Yeah, Wolf and his brother would be.
Yeah, they measure you in stone here. So you say how much stone you are.
Levendi's stoned all the time.
I was about to say, I think Levendi's heavy.
Oh dear. Right, what's the agenda for today's show, Levendi? Let's have it.
So today we've got Nacho up on stage with Wolf. Going to hear some updates and wish Nacho a happy birthday. Visual Eye joins us today for the first time. We'll be diving into his story and what he's building in the ecosystem, and possibly Tangem showing up later on and diving into their updates too.
Awesome. Got a good show lined up then. Who are we starting with first? Because I let you do all the scheduling. I'm terrible at it. I just talk.
All good, mate. All good. We start off with Nacho since we wished him a happy birthday. We'll move on to Wolf and then we hear from Visual Eye.
Sounds like a plan. So, happy birthday again, Nacho. And Ashton, what have you got for us?
So it's been a big week for Moonbound. Huge shout out and thank you to all the testers and people who have helped graduate tokens and push things through. We've uncovered through the testing a total of 24 bugs that we had to go squash. And I'm happy to say that 20 of them are complete and deployed. So all of that happened this morning. We got all of those latest updates out, and we took a look at analytics as well. And over the last week, there's actually a post in the comments of this space, and I just shared it up to the Jumbotron. But over the last 7 days, Moonbound has had 186,000 individual unique requests or IP addresses, like users coming on. We've seen nearly 2 million requests with consistent uptime on the beta test. So it seems to be working really well. We've had I think 6 or 7 tokens graduate to Zealous and proved out the testing and graduation logic there. So we've got a few other UI bugs to work on, but if you haven't tested Moonbound recently, you haven't tested it, because in terms of improvements from speed, WebSockets, CDN delivery for images, I mean, the infrastructure basically was optimized significantly over the last week. So speed improvements, actual token interaction on-chain transactions are smoother, gas fee estimates in MetaMask or Rabby or whatever wallet you're using are more accurate there. We had a couple community members uncover some gas estimation logic that we had left over from our dev environment that was adding an extra 5 CAS to the estimated create token cost on Moonbound. And while it wasn't actually affecting everything, it was just an estimate, so the gas costs were normal in your actual transaction. No one was charged extra TCAS for it. They have been resolved, so all those are 100% accurate now. So in general, it's just been a huge week. I mean, a lot of people testing, a lot of tokens created, and a lot of work on our dev team. So another shout out to Alex and Drag on that development team, who have been working their butts off, probably 12, 18 hours a day, actually getting this through. So huge updates on Moonbound. We definitely need more testing there. We're moving into testing some of the revenue share and allocation logic for the Nacho NFT stakers, the token stakers, and then obviously the projects launch themselves. So what we really need to see are more tokens created so we can push that revenue share allocation logic to its limit and see if we have any issues there. But generally, I mean, 2 million requests, 185,000 unique users testing, I think is a really successful week from a Moonbound perspective.
Yeah, definitely. That's massive. That's brilliant. And I'll definitely be testing it back out again then, because especially if all the UI's been updated and bugs have been squashed, I will get to testing it again. Faucet, is there a faucet that people can get test tokens from?
So we do not have a faucet that we've built, but Casplex has one that will share, I think it's 50 TCAS a day. And then Zealous has one as well that is a little bit more robust or forgiving in terms of the amount that you can get. So those two are listed in Moonbound Telegram, in the Nacho Discord, on that channel. So you can just click in and get more TCAS from those existing faucets.
Amazing. I might just dump all my goon and get my test cast back and launch my own token.
Well, someone did that to Hutchies. Levendi was quick to tell us about it. He's like, they rugged it on Moonbound.
No way, we got rugged.
Man, we got rugged, man. Who rugged us? Come on, own up. Who rugged the Hutchies token? Went from almost
Levendi, we all know
KMC.
it was you. You rugged us.
Bro, no, I'll show you right now. I'll dox all it. I went to work, come back after a few hours just to see it all rugged right before my eyes.
Oh, it was destined to get rugged, wasn't it? Hutchies. Like, it was destined to get rugged. But yeah, I mean, that must be a good bit of testing there for you at Moonbound.
Yeah, absolutely. It's helpful to test every single scenario, right? So, be it selling 100% of your holdings of a token or creating a new one. I mean, we need to work out every single one of these edge cases or niche instances. So, absolutely, do anything the system lets you do, and tell us if it lets you do something you didn't expect.
So what you're saying is continue rugging Hutchies, okay?
Yeah, if that's what you want to do, go for it. But I will say I have a little personal vendetta that I want to address right here, because it's not Levendi, it's not Chris, none of us. This is like a theme in crypto. We like to use this term rugged when a token goes down quickly, right? And I mean, it has a definition. Rug pulls are real, and they are problematic things. And while we joke about it on Moonbound and someone selling in a test environment, it's not possible to rug a token on Moonbound, right? There is no insider pre-sales, there's no extra allocations to anyone or anything like this. So what we're really talking about is dumping your bag all in one instance. And I mean, more power to you. They're your tokens.
Very, very good point on that one. So yeah, if you want to dump Hutchies, dump away. I want to try and get Hutchies to be the first ever token ever to be minus like 10. That would be amazing. Minus 10 cents. If we could get that,
Hey,
that
bro, I
would
know
be
the dev.
fantastic.
I'll put a word in for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
If you guys get it to negative 10 cents, please put a word in. I would love to know how you did that.
Yeah, me too. It'd be great. We will try with all our might to get Hutchies to dump to negative 10 cents. That would be amazing. But I will be testing it out, and I will launch another token if that's what we need. We need more tokens on Moonbound. Let's get it tested.
It's going to be Whams with 2A. We have another merch store.
Oh God, I don't want to confuse people, but yeah, that would be fantastic. Awesome. So yeah, that's the Moonbound side of things covered, is it, or is there more on Moonbound?
No, I think that's it. Generally, we're continuing iterating every single day. So there may be updates that I haven't highlighted here, but you can see them on the website, and you'll continue seeing additional updates here as we move closer to an actual mainnet launch. But we are. I talked to Chris on our marketing team, and we're going to start doing these posts every Monday, just before blockchain banners, for kind of dual purposes, right? We want to get more info out to the community about how Moonbound testing and development is going. And I really benefit from a written copy of what I need to say on this show. So we're gonna continue getting them out every Monday, and you'll see continued updates on Moonbound as those progress.
Yeah, having a sort of at least a half script really helps on a show like this. I stopped doing it ages ago, so now I just talk about random things like Wolf, I don't know, doing press ups. So yeah, it's always good to have a clear script ahead of you, which is why I'm glad we've got Levendi, because Levendi actually puts this show in the right direction. Otherwise, we'd just be talking to, well, the air.
It would be each other about a whole bunch of BS no one wants to hear about.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone would just leave. Like, this isn't blockchain banter. We're talking about pigeons. What? Yeah. Any other updates from your side?
Just the Kaspa experience. So I want to talk a little bit about this. I'll be brief, but we've added 3 additional confirmed sponsors, and we have 1 more in the final negotiation stages. The saddest part of this update is I am not yet allowed to say who those are. So keep a very close eye on Cat Foundation, on the Kaspa experience X page, and we'll update those very soon. But what we should see this week is finalized tickets go out to people with actual check-in information and things, so they can book their accommodations. We should see updates on the schedule for speakers at the event, because this is essentially finalized at this point, and we just need to make it look pretty for the website. And then we've added 2 additional potential vendors that are going to be announced this week as well. So just keep an eye on that. Tickets are going fast for the after party. There's plenty available for the main event. And please try to share the word of this, right? It's the first ever time we're going to see a live Kaspa economy operating. And one of the biggest takeaways for the entire CAS community here is marketing content. We're going to be able to showcase videos of live Kaspa transactions that happen in under a second for numerous different types of merchandise, products, food, drinks, things like this. So what we really need is more and more people coming and experiencing this, right? It's your job as an attendee of the event, as a community member in CAS, to onboard at least 1 or 2 or 3 new Caspians over the course of this time period, right? So get involved, help share it to someone that you think might want to go. Grab a friend or an aunt or an uncle and say, hey, I want to bring you to this event and show you something cool. So keep an eye on the X accounts, because we'll have a number of updates this week about additional exciting people who will be there.
I definitely would love to see non-crypto people, or at least non-CAS people, go to this event, because I think it would be a massive eye-opener to them, especially if they are crypto people already. Say you've got a Bitcoiner mate that just solely focuses on Bitcoin, which is understandable. But if you could just get them to come to the Kaspa experience, just to experience actual payments in real time, it would be so cool, man. I think it would help actually convert a lot of people. And like you said, Ashton, this is going to be an immense place to be able to get some brilliant content to just further help advertising and adoption. Again, everybody who's here should know Kaspa has no CEO, no marketing budget, no anything. So it's up to all of us to do our part. And yeah, so if you are going to the event and you know someone who you think may benefit from this, who's not into Kaspa, that would be so cool to bring them along.
One last thing on the event. There's a lot of Kaspa related projects here, right, in the audience. I see Currency, I see Comet, Banana from Casway, obviously Wolf's here, Blocks is in the audience. The other thing you'll see finalized and announced this week is the Dev Expo. So you're going to have an opportunity to register for the Development Expo and compete for a $10,000 grant into your project, right, that will help you develop whatever you're working on top of CAS. So keep an eye out for that announcement and share the word and get your registration in too, because this is not, you know, nacho specific thing or you know, Moonbound related, Zealous. This is Kaspa focused, and this development grant was worked on with Kaspador and Osgosti, and someone had actually donated it to the core Kaspa marketing fund, right? And this is what this is being used for. So we want to cast a wide net. We want to make sure everyone feels included and they feel like they got an opportunity to showcase what they're doing for CAS, because 4 of these projects will actually deliver their presentations on stage at the event to the judges to be selected for that grant. So keep an eye out and make sure that your project is represented.
Brilliant shout out. And I don't know if anybody else has sort of felt the same, but I've seen so many vibe coding going, like so much vibe coding going on around Kaspa, and they're such cool little projects. I think I don't know, something sparked in some people where they just let's have a go at vibe coding, and it's working. It's doing really, really cool shit. So yeah, is that something that people can participate in? If they've got an idea and they've just vibe coded like an MVP, at least they can come and showcase it at the Kaspa Experience.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There are no restrictions other than the fact that it needs to be something built on CAS. You've got to be able to come to the event and showcase your project in person to be eligible to win that grant. And it's got to be you know, something that is beneficial to the CAS ecosystem, right? There's a lot of things. I totally agree with you. I mean, Cassia, the messaging is amazing. I saw some post about like cloud operating system that they seem to have integrated very closely with Kaspa Node and Wallet and stuff like this, which is really cool. And I'm pretty sure that Casper the Ghost, one of our colleagues in the early KRC20 days, just released proof of works, which is really cool. It's like a hiring and development kind of collaboration platform, almost like recruiting, payroll, human resources stuff built on CAS, which I was spending a lot of time looking at this morning. It looks really, really cool what they've done. So hopefully we see all of these projects registering and at least giving themselves a shot.
Definitely, yeah. Proof of works which is like you said, the sort of Fiverr, Web3 Fiverr that I think they are Kaspa the Ghost helped build this, didn't they? Or it's somewhere related along the line with Kaspa the Ghost, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's theirs. I saw Andrew posting a lot about it, and I'm pretty sure their announcement even said that it was a product from Kaspa the Ghost. So I think it's theirs.
Awesome. Well, they've done a fantastic job on it. Really, really have. Like you said, I sort of was playing around with their website. Really fast, really sleek looking. Brilliant idea as well. It really is. So again, that would be a great use case actually at the Kaspa Experience to show off. So yeah, hopefully they get in touch, because I think that's a really good idea and something that hopefully as Kaspa gets more and more adopted, like these things are going to be, I think these things are going to be needed and going to be used. So yeah, would be great to see them there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, we need to use this for our dev team. This would be perfect. I mean, payroll in, crypto native on chain. It's really cool. So shout out to them for sure.
Awesome. Any other updates for you, Ashton?
No, I don't think so. A huge thank you to the creative team, marketing team in the Nacho community. That video that they did is just amazing. I didn't see it until late last night. It obviously got posted this morning. But these guys are just so talented, and it feels like every time one of these things comes out, it just is like mind blowing. It's like, how did you do this? So yeah, just a thank you to them and the broader community. These people who contribute are amazing. But otherwise, I've taken enough time, Chris. You're good.
No, it's awesome, man. We love hearing the updates from Nacho and Moonbound. It's good. It's all good stuff. And I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, no, I know what I'm going to say. Again, happy birthday to you guys. You've rocked it. Like I said, the whole year, and in that year, you've packed in a hell of a lot. I mean, we've got Cat Pool, we've got the Kaspa experience that you guys are doing. We've also got help me out here, Ashton. Moonbound. What else have you guys got? You've got. There's something else.
We have a handful of kind of deprecated things that have outlived their initial use case. We did CAT-scan, which was the KRC20 Explorer in the very early days, that has not seen any love or updates since. And CAS, FYI, is definitely a better product at this point. We had the bot, which did all of the trading and KRC20 information in Discord. Telegram version and wallet version, obviously, we collaborated with KSPR on. The governance setup, which we are now working on very heavily in terms of making smart contract ready and actually being ready to use it for the foundation. But that's obviously still live in its initial kind of MVP style for Kaspa DAO. NFT collection, there's probably other things.
Yeah, you guys have certainly packed in a lot in that year, and it's been great to see. It really has. I think you guys have surprised a lot of people, actually. It certainly surprised me, because I wasn't expecting much from sort of the KRC20 space. Like, don't get me wrong, I was expecting, like, obviously the memes and things that come along with it, and that's cool. But I wasn't expecting much as in utility, and it's really cool to see that there has actually been a shit ton of utility brought to the Kaspa ecosystem via KRC20s. So, yeah, big props to you guys. You've done an incredible job.
Thank you. Yeah, it honestly surprised me too. These the whole idea, if we go back to the early blockchain banner days, is just creating an organized vehicle, a community to contribute to CAS. So all of this has just been organic, and people raising their hands saying they want to do something, and they just keep raising their hands. So please don't stop. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I mean, Kaspa, really, the Kaspa community is the best community bar none. Like, I genuinely believe that. Because you get communities with a lot of hype and they do have conviction, I suppose, but I don't think I've ever seen a community that's got the hype, got the conviction, but also just wants to do things, just wants to. It's like a free range playground, isn't it? Like, just go ahead and build, which is what I do love about Kaspa. It's just have fun. It's a big sandbox for developers, vibe coders, whatever. Just even people like us who are just doing shows about Kaspa. It's just I do, every little helps. So you don't have to be a coder. You don't have to be a computer scientist to work on Kaspa. You can do what you're doing, like what we're doing. Do spaces. Do as many spaces as you can. Yeah, get the word out. It's awesome. But yeah, massive props to you guys, and again, massive congratulations on the 1 year mark. You guys are rock.
Ashton, I wanted to maybe get some alpha out of you. A little birdie tells me your main sponsor at the event in Berlin is CFB.
How did you know?
Am I right?
No, of course not. What the fuck?
Damn, I got excited there for a second. I thought we was going to have a fight on our hands.
I mean, seriously, though.
It's the Kaspa experience, not the Kaspa MMA fight.
Yeah, but on his part, what an incredible troll that would be. because he obviously loves to troll just everything and anyone, which is, I mean, I think it's to the detriment of Cubic, but what an incredible troll that would be.
Yeah, I can't say I ever really liked the guy personally, just on a human to human level. You read people's content and you kind of look at the tone that they're writing with and you just feel a certain way. Can't say I've ever really enjoyed him, but the last week or so, I think underscore that.
Oh yeah, he's a massive dickhead, definitely.
Mate, the timeline has gone absolutely nuts with it. And we will go over it on the next roast, to be honest, because I've saved a few posts that I've seen and I've interacted with myself. So it's been quite eventful, to say the least.
But still, we're not here to talk about that project. We're here to talk about the amazing project that is actually with Blockchain Banter. We can talk about anything. But yeah, we love Kaspa. Right, are we moving over to the big man himself, Wolf?
Yeah, let's go. Wolf, you had a bit of trouble. You had to connect back up. Are you all right, mate? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I was doing my run up and run down after Mr. Wolf, and then I disconnect from Wi-Fi to 4G and then back up again, and it gives me issues. But I'm all good now.
So you've got aircon, but you haven't got the best internet, have you? At least my one's really stable.
I've got really good internet for when it connects, but I need like extra things. What do you call it? Meshes or whatever. Because my house is 3 stories, so and the internet starts in the middle, and there's a spot in the kitchen when I go past that threshold, I just lose all connection with that. So yeah, I just need to do that mesh thing. But I mean, anyway.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to find the mute button. Yeah, I mean, you win that one. 3 stories, that wins straight away. So yeah, what have we got to speak about today?
We can give a general update and then some. Well, you can't even call it news because everybody knows now. But yeah, Wolfies is doing great. Goodman's good increase in count, good increase in holders. Merchandise is going out. Revenue share is continuing on. We're doing very well on all of those aspects. So it's just business as usual for us almost. And then the other thing that I've announced a while ago is we are going to be an aggregator for Igra Labs token launch for the pre-sales. So at the moment, if you want to know the details of that or you have questions, go into our Telegram, go into our Discord, and if you want to participate, just open up a ticket in my Discord. It's just safer if you go that direction. And then we're going to announce in the next couple of days how we're going to facilitate this, the mechanisms and the structures and things we're going to put in place. And of course, to make it safe for buyers also that purchase into the coin. But yeah, that's the overall news.
So is this sort of pledges to start with, or is this live to go? So what I mean by that is, do people pay now and receive a KRC20 token, or are they getting a EVM token once sort of the Igra Layer 2's up online?
So at the moment, it's you're just saying or you're pledging, as you said, how much you want to do, and then once the pre-sale goes live, which I think is mid-July, so I can't remember. But once that goes live, then that's where you have to pay in whichever currencies you can, and then you are going to get your coin on EVM. So that's when once mainnet's up, it's going to launch on there. So yeah, that's how it works. But we're going to do a on chain proof of your purchase, which I'm going to do in the background. But I'll give details out on that as soon as I can. And then if you want to know about the tokenomics and all of those things, just come into our discords and ask those questions. We are talking to IGRA, and we are relaying any questions or concerns or anything to them so that we can get some more detail out. I was talking to Pavel just before this, and the one thing he was saying is that we may need to do like a nice Q&A, which we can then send to people in regards to IGRA in total. And then, of course, if you go into my spaces, the guy that organizes the buy and sell of IGRA is Crypto Ninja. He's on my staff. So then, if it's Crypto Ninja, that's the right person to talk to. But yeah, I think that's on all the points.
Awesome. And from what I've gathered from the info I've seen, the IGRA token is going to be used to they're trying to decentralize the nodes as much as possible, the actual layer 2 nodes as much as possible, and IGRA token is going to be used to incentivize that. Is that correct?
Yes. So I don't know if we can publish that yet, but there is a quite robust tokenomics breakdown that indicates to you what's being used for what and how. So I may share that in the next day or two. I just need to talk to IGRA what we can share. But yeah, that's definitely how it's going to work, and it's quite significant. I mean, we've never really had a project which is the effective environment or ecosystem launch things on. So all the things we've had before is the things that build on top of it. You know, the DEXs and the NFTs and the KRC20 and all of those things. So it'll be quite interesting to see how this play out. And I think for me personally, if you're invested in CAS and you truly believe in the project as CAS, then you are truly a believer of IGRA in essence, because IGRA is the ones that's building, pursuing building the smart contracts, which is going to be what we need to push CAS to those insane levels and adoption and actually getting it to a point where it can become a medium of exchange. So yeah.
Thanks, all. There's some questions that have come through. One from the YouTube over with CryptoPumpz. Somebody's asking, what is the maximum amount you can buy during this pre-sale?
So there's no maximum amount, but there is a limited allocation. So, for instance, Wolfies as aggregator has got $250,000 worth of IGRA, and then the other aggregators have the same amounts. And then, if you're comfortable in getting or doing KYC, and you're comfortable in purchasing big lots, I think it's above. I can't remember if it's 1,000 or 10,000. Sorry, it's a long day. But if you're happy with those, you can purchase directly from IGRA itself. We facilitate that also. So if you want to do that, you can reach out to us in our Telegram and Discord, and we can sort that out for you.
Awesome. And there's another question that's come through from Nola Gill. She's asking, can you explain more of the locked info for IGRA? Is it 18 months to get the remaining 90%?
So I saw that, and there's a couple of questions. So I'm just waiting for the answer from Pavel. So they're going to give me the breakdown for that, and then I'll put that through in my Discord, Telegram, and X. I just don't want to misspeak in regards to that, because in the end of the day, it is their project. So I need them to just verify those details. But I'll communicate that through to everybody.
It definitely would be great to have, once all the info's readily available, it would be great to get an AMA from IGRA.
100%. You know, I see Dennis in the audience. Hey, Dennis, if you're able to come up and explain, be awesome, man. Grab the mic.
As a way to put someone on the spot. Oh, I love it. But yeah, like either like now, but or certainly in the near future, it'd be great to get all of this, because I'm people are definitely going to have a lot of questions about the token, the tokenomics, vesting periods, things like that. So it would definitely be cool to have a AMA about that at some point.
Yeah, people are very excited about that, so I agree. But the guys, I mean, they're working really hard, and to get all of this together was quite an effort from their side. So I'm sure all of this is already on its way, and we'll get it out to everybody. And then, of course, the AMA will assist a lot in giving some detail through.
It's a cool way they've done it as well through sort of aggregators like yourself, and I think I saw Kaspa.com was another aggregator for them as well. I think that's quite a neat idea actually, because it's sort of they're sort of integrating it with the community that's going to be using it as well, if you know what I mean. They're going to be using their layer 2 as well. They're sort of
well, it's also
dispersing it through that way.
Yeah, it's also safer in essence, because what happens is if you have aggregators like this, you have community members that aren't that don't cheat or just pursue making quick bucks. So a lot of the communities actually have people that invest in this and believes in this. So they're going to continue to invest and believe in things and projects that's going to enhance KAS or this whole ecosystem. So it's smart, I think, to have communities help with this, because you get a much more stable and healthy amount of holders that actually pursue or believe in the growth of this, not just how can I make enough money so that I can lose it on the next gamble.
Yeah, definitely, man. And just another thing to sort of, because some people may get confused, the IGRA token's not going to be used to pay gas or anything like that on their layer 2. They're going to be using sort of wrapped KAS or iCAS, isn't it?
Yes.
They're going to be using, which is a bridged KAS. So that will be the gas fee used for their L2. The IGRA token is going to be used to try and incentivize decentralization as much as possible within their layer 2 by incentivizing people to run nodes on IGRA. And also, is there another use case for the IGRA token as well, Wolf?
I'm not going to answer that because I can't remember all the things that I've read through, but I think there is. We'll get that details through to everybody. But yeah, it's what you said is true. It's not going to be used as KAS, and the wrap is going to be a one-on-one with KAS, so it's not going to have any risk in regards to losing value.
Awesome. And IGRA have got their test net coming out very soon now. I can't remember the name of the boat because it's very nautical themed. But yeah, certainly looking forward to that as well. It's going to be a good one. I can see Crypto Ninja's got his hand up. Go ahead.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear the tractor too. I love it, man.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm busy getting ready to feed fucking 800 chickens. So, yeah, sorry. I just got on time here when Wolfie mentioned that I'm helping there with the token sale. So, yeah, you guys can reach out. Some of the people here have spoken with me already, and I'm not going to be able to be on the whole space, but I'll try and listen in later. But for what Wolfie wasn't sure, yes, the KYC part was 10,000 minimum if you choose to KYC, and also cannot answer what exactly, but yes, there's a lot of reasons to buy, and you are gonna be regretting it if you do not get in on this IGRA.
Awesome. Sounds good, brother. So yeah, would be great if at some point soon we do have like a proper AMA about it. It'd be good to get all the questions out there and answered. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be good for the space.
And most of all, I think I can eat 800 chickens within 2 years if I need to.
Yeah, it's not actually, I mean, this is one of those cases where when you work for a smaller family farm, you get pulled into all these little extracurricular activities from the grandpa and the grandma, and This is now one of those. I'm supposed to be spraying the mustard and the canola and all these things, but now yes. So I now have to go and fill the small mold so that they can mix the food and all that nonsense. And I want to be on blockchain banter, so it's really pissing me off because if I was sitting in the tractor now or the sprayer, then I could be full-time listening. See?
Just quickly feed the chickens whatever. Yeah, whatever you can, just quick, and just to get back in the tractor as quick as possible.
Yeah. I'll show you one day how it looks to get the feed ready because I'm getting the feed ready for a couple months at a time, and now today of all days is that couple months at a time situation again. So yeah.
Would have to land on a Monday, wouldn't it?
Of course it has to, and I'm not even sure yet if tomorrow's a Canadian public holiday, which in farming, when I was in the States, I didn't qualify because I'm a South African. So the farmers were like, well, you're not from here. So, but I also didn't qualify for my days back home. So I was just always working. So I'm hoping that tomorrow is different. But with that said, then I don't know why we just made it a long weekend because I told them I have an important blockchain banter to attend, you know?
Yeah. If you'd have told them you was coming on blockchain banter, they would have apologised and probably given you money up front just to be on the show.
Well, they better hope that that I don't slingshot with Kaspa as a whole too fast, because then I'm going to be like, hey boys, I don't need the salary anymore. I want to still do this. I enjoy it, but this is my terms. I have this appointment on Monday. I have this appointment on Tuesday. 5 a.m. meetings on Saturday with Wolf. And yeah.
That's true freedom right there. The ability to say no.
Exactly.
Give your terms.
Yeah.
And just to add, it's not 5 a.m. for me. It's just for Ninja. For me, it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to have to submit a inquiry if we can move that a bit.
Well, I quite enjoyed it when Ninja was in a staff meeting this week. Apart from the fact that he just woke up, he did it almost completely naked. So it makes the Zoom very interesting when you have Crypto Ninja naked on the other side.
Crypto Ninja OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how the customer base would be. I did try feed pics for a long time, teasing in the TGs, but I didn't get much traction. So I'm not sure if people don't understand how nice feet I have. But anyways, that's their loss, I guess.
Take pictures of the chicken feet. You might get more volume.
Exactly. There's the next NFT idea: Cas chick feet or something.
Yeah. Oh, we got well off subject.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, guys.
Wolf,
Sorry, I will listen in again. But yeah, like Wolf said, there's the channels and the ways that he has explained, and I'm sure that's all in the posts too. But those of you who haven't spoken with me, we'll get in touch and get the show on the road. But yeah, from what I've gathered so far, it's very exciting, and I would personally think you'll be. I'm not saying go and sell your house or anything. Obviously, not financial advice, but it would be not the smartest move if you cannot get in on this by any means. Personally, I think. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on, brother, and appreciate the work.
Yeah, we'll see you guys around. I'll keep listening for as long as I can. Enjoy.
Thanks, mate. So Wolf, anything else you wanted to add to this?
No, it's just again, if you want information on it or you want to stay on top of it, just join our channels and we'll announce and talk about it all the time. My staff's very engaging with all of this, and they'll definitely look after you. And then if you want to get into this, you just need to open up a Discord ticket and take it from there.
Awesome. So if you want some info about it, go see Wolf.
Yes. You can come see me in person also if you want to, if you're in London.
Yes, definitely go down to Wolfie's Bar. It's the place to be, especially if you're a Caspian.
Definitely.
I am melting. I'm not going to lie. I am literally sweating one out at the moment. Levendi, how are you doing?
Bro, don't even ask. Don't even ask, man. I'm the same, man. It's like a swimming pool in here.
I'm losing weight. This is unreal. Honestly.
Careful,
I'm just sitting
careful
here
with that,
losing
man.
weight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want to be careful there. You end up looking like me.
Oh God. I don't even know how to respond. You threw me completely off with that one. Awesome. So we've had Nat. I'm trying to remember the order now. So we've had Nacho, Wolf, and we'll move on to the visual eye.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to hearing all about the story from the visual eye. He sent me a message. Yeah, a really, really nice story in the background. I want you to hear it as well and get it out there. So looking forward to hearing it all.
Okay, hey everyone, nice to meet you. Testing, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
All
I can
good?
hear you fine, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show. It's been too long. I should have been here sooner, to be honest, but here we are.
No, it's great having you on, man. So you're Scottish, I'm guessing.
Yeah, how did you guess?
Well, now it's sort of making sense to me. The visual eye,
Yeah,
as in the Scottish eye.
indeed, correct. That's it.
Amazing, love it. Right, this makes perfect sense to me now. Okay. What I'll do is I'll just let you explain exactly what the visual eye is and what you're doing, and then we can probe you for some questions if that's good.
Perfect. The more questions, the better. That's really why I'm here. It's maybe a difficult subject to talk about, but I think it's more relevant that I speak about my background and industry experience and how I get to Kaspa, shall we say. So in short, I work as a creative director. So I lead campaigns and projects for small and large companies and agencies. So that could be like a strategy design, leading pitches, and creating design systems. So I've worked across many industries. Unfortunately, not just one industry, but that means that I get a broad sense of how the marketing world is working and how people are responding. So that's fashion, retail, also TV, commercial, and then Web 2 and Web 3 over time as well. So there's been a progression in there. And personally, in 2022, I kind of got fed up with Ethereum network. I think a lot of people are probably familiar with that because at the time it wasn't exactly accessible or usable. And so in my line of work, it's always the case that someone comes along with a better product. So I was looking for that product. And I was also looking for something to mine. And I found a new proof of work called Kaspa. I thought, oh, that's interesting. I'll start mining that. And after that, yeah, that's how I discovered Kaspa. And after maybe about a year, I think that was 2022, so it came to 2023. And for what I do as the visual eye, I decided that I would move towards working with and focus on working with tech companies, individuals, and people like myself. And so we could say like Tangent actually are a perfect example of another tech company. So I set about putting those two things together, was taking Kaspa and in this case I'll use Tangent as an example, and sort of putting them together to present to, shall we say, core at Kaspa about assisting them with marketing. So at that point, it wasn't clear to me that there was no core marketing team, shall we say. It's also unusual. We can talk about that in more detail. So yeah, I tried to reach out to them and say, look, I have a lot of experience in this. I'm not even looking for paid work. I actually just want to help with the adoption of the project. So that's kind of how everything started. And from there, I started making original content, shall we say, for Kaspa. So normally with brands, I'll just jump straight into this. Normally with brands, you have a series of assets and various bits and pieces that you use across your company and across different mediums, shall we say. So the simplest way I could explain that is if you create assets or 3D assets on the computer, then those 3D assets can go quite far. So I can create those 3D assets, for example, for personal gain. I make artwork or whatever. But over time, we really want those assets to grow as well, right? So that's a form of marketing. So it's looking at things like that, and that's why I originally reached out to Kaspa. Then, of course, there's no decentralized. There's no team. It's completely decentralized. So I took the assets and everything that I created over the period of that year. And we'll talk about those assets maybe in more detail. But with those assets, I started to put together a marketing campaign. And the idea of it was to hit people in the real world. How do we get adoption for Kaspa in the real world outside of X, outside the social media? And that's what I was thinking about at the time. And so that campaign, the Crescendo Mobile campaign, focuses on getting people to save the image to their device so that they can, in discussion, when they're talking about Kaspa, they can say, hey, this is what Kaspa is, this is what it looks like. So basically everyone's phone, every Caspian's phone is the marketing tool for that campaign. But yeah, I actually have a very small X account, personal X account, so the reach for that isn't very good, but the idea is that over time it will grow and hopefully inspire other people to contribute for adoption. And then since then, it sort of leads into the artwork that I do in my spare time. And for that, I would say that the focus was on making a unique or original collection of art that features Kaspa as the first collection that I would release on the Kaspa network.
Can anyone else hear the visual eye? Obviously gone silent.
Nope, sorry. Hello.
Yo.
Sorry, my headphones broke. Hello.
Hello, got you.
Sorry. My headphones cut off. Classic. So yeah, sorry, that brings us to the NFT collection, which I guess is the thing that people want to talk about, and I'm happy to answer any questions and talk in more detail about the art that I've created. And the two subjects really are adoption, which is why I made the images, and also the personal thing, which is how do you visualize decentralization? So those are the two topics that I'm more than happy to talk about.
Awesome. I just want to say, I think the idea with the phones, the backgrounds, Kaspa backgrounds, is a brilliant idea. I'd like, again, it's one of those things that people will look at, especially if you're like with a group of friends or whatever. They'll look at your phone and go, "What's that?" And you go, "Oh, it's Kaspa." Well, what's that then? And then you start. It's a good conversation starter at sort of loads of different events as well. So I actually really like that idea. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Thanks. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a conversation piece. It was also very hard or very complex, shall we say, to create both artistically and technically. It's very, very complicated. For example, there's no way that AI could create those types of aesthetics, shall we say. It's not there yet. That's also an interesting discussion. But what fascinates me is the adoption on Kaspa. Like, how does that happen, and where's the focus? Which is why I originally sort of tried to reach out to Core, and I had a good discussion with Chad about that. And things have changed, of course, since then. That the whole nature of Kaspa being decentralized hasn't changed. And so, like, what can we do? What can people like me do with my experience, working with other people who are building apps, software applications, and things like that, and yeah, bring it all together would be nice. There's quite a lot of people who have been using my visuals, so that's very, very fulfilling to see. That's nice. So thanks to everyone who's minted and shared and taken part, shall we say.
That's awesome. I think it's a really hard thing to do, to advertise and market to non-crypto people how unique Kaspa actually is, because like most people don't even know what Bitcoin is or how it works or why it's got any value to it. So
yeah,
and because Bitcoin is the big boy, it's the big boy crypto. That sort of is the easier place to start with. But if people don't even understand how Bitcoin works, they're not really going to be blown away with how Kaspa works. It's a really, really weird situation that I think we find ourselves in. But when you start going down the rabbit hole and understanding what actually Bitcoin and Bitcoin, Kaspa, and maybe some other coins can actually do for you, or yeah, then it starts to make sense. But a lot, it's a hard message to get across to people.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I really hope what happened, you know, 6, 7 years ago on Ethereum is what happens with Kaspa, and that's adoption through culture. So rather than just having pools of money and stuff like that, we actually have things that people can spend their money on, right? Spend their Kaspa on. So whether that's art, music, that's not happened yet. I'm quite looking forward to that. Like music being on chain, that's now possible because of 10 blocks per second. It wasn't really the same before with Ethereum, but now, you know, if you're an artist, you can make your own pressings or whatever and sell them as Kaspa as like 10, 100, 1,000 or whatever you want. So that's quite exciting, things like that. But yeah, it's basically adoption through a culture, through music, art, video, image, moving image, and things like that. So it's exciting to see like what platforms are developed for those mediums. In fact, this week we've already seen quite a lot of bits and pieces. We've already had the mission apps, and someone designed an operating system as well, I think it was, for Kaspa. So it's already moving like too fast for me. I'm talking about it, writing notes at the weekend, and then someone decides to design something amazing and absolutely change the game. So yeah, I completely agree. It's actually very hard to keep up with, and that's also one of the reasons why a marketing team is maybe arguably not required from Kaspa currency, because so much stuff is happening and there are so many individuals that we are kind of taking care of it itself through people like yourself and blockchain Banter and everyone else that's taking part of this, which is quite interesting.
Definitely does help with that sort of grassroots sort of organic marketing side of things. Definitely just individuals coming together to market in their own special way. Like, in fairness, Chad was fantastic at that. He really did, well, I believe anyway, he did an incredible job at marketing Kaspa in that way, very organic, grassroots sort of feeling. But again, just because someone does it one way doesn't mean that it can't be done another way. We actually had this discussion last week on Blockchain Banter about AI and things like this, and you know, the sort of AI videos that were going around, and
yeah,
I think a lot of people didn't like it. There were some that did like it. I'd assume from you being a marketer and obviously who creates their own art and does, like, none of your stuff's AI. What is your feeling about AI? Do you think, like, in terms of artwork and videos and media, things like that, do you think it's not a good way to be going?
It's a really good question. I don't think we can deny the technology, right? It's a bit like 10 blocks a second. You can't get away from it. So people will adopt it for sure. I work in the creative industries, so I also live in a bubble with other creative people, shall we say. And their general take on it is that they hate it, right? Because it sort of shits on everything they've built their empire for the past 25 years. And then someone comes along with a game changer like AI, and yeah, of course, everything changes. But it also empowers individuals to be their own marketing team. You don't need to employ, say, a team of 17, 15 designers working on brand guidelines and graphics and all the rest of it. Now you can basically do that with one person or two people in AI. So that's quite amazing. I've had to also think about this myself recently and think about what is the future going to be like in the next couple of years, and how do I also align the work that I do with being on chain, shall we say, rather than it being appropriated. It's more about how do I have a business on Kaspa, and then how does AI feed into that? And I don't think we can get away with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with projects like Tau and Kaspa. I think a lot of people are really interested in that, and I think there's a lot of scope to work it. You can probably start a creative agency, for example, on chain, just using Tau and Kas, and be a completely decentralized agency, which would be really cool.
Yeah, totally agree with you. I mean, Tau is a really interesting concept, and I think one that is going to be a game changer for AI. Like, in a weird way, it's not really just your conventional crypto. Like, it's not really a crypto. It's like an AI agency, if like
yeah.
that just happens to have crypto. It is a different ballpark, that side of things, and so I do think Tau's going to do extremely well. especially when we do eventually get the ball run. But yeah, like you said, AI is here to stay, whether we like it or not, and I suppose people can fight it as much as they want. But it is here to stay, and it will make things easier for people. I think, I don't know, it's a really hard one, because I knew this carpenter. He was like, when I say carpenter, he wasn't just any old chippy. He was like, he was like a wizard with his hands. He had such good skills. He used to do like replica Louis XIV, don't know, chairs and things like this with his bare hands. But now, like, literally a computer or a machine can do exactly the same as he can do hand carving in a matter of seconds, and it'd be doing something for months. So it's an unfortunate thing, because it's an incredible skill to look at. And what I'm trying to do is like the comparison there with people that are extremely skilled artists and extremely skilled at what they do. It's a shame, because it will sort of be lost. It'll be a lost art eventually.
Yeah, I think relevance is. I agree with that. I think relevance is quite important there. Like, how relevant is your work? Some people might not recognise that chair, for example, for 100 years, and then maybe in 100 years, people will be going absolutely wild for that chair. That's actually one of the reasons that I also discovered Kaspa, was to author your work, is to put your work somewhere, and it can be there forever. Whereas before, artists had the mindset of it being discovered or whatever else. Whereas now we can exist. Like, you're a musician, you can just exist. That's absolutely amazing. That's what Kaspa does. And then being an existence on the blockchain leads into other things, because you exist on the blockchain with things that haven't even been developed or designed or happened yet. So that's also quite exciting. So you have to take part to be part, I suppose.
Very true. And like, for example, so your artwork and your NFT artwork that you've done for Kaspa is literally all done by yourself. Like, it's like we've said before, it's not AI at all. Do you think that with AI just becoming so normal now, that actually, like, self-made artwork will stand out more now?
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that's how fashion cycles work. So if there's a fashion cycle now for something, then generally the opposite is in trend for the next trend. So you're absolutely right. If everyone's hyping about AI now, then probably in the coming years, it'll be the opposite that's on trend. So people are like, hey, there's this handmade 3D furniture or artwork on chain. So yeah, that's trends, and that's also one of the reasons that I'm not overly shelling the NFT Crescendo collection that I deployed on Kaspa.com, because it's actually, for me, it's also less important than the work that I did for Kaspa, if we can call it that. But the collection is organic, shall we say. So the idea is that it grows organically with the chain, and then maybe that's like 5 years time when people think that 3D art was the top banana, you know.
I actually love that that sort of take on it, where, like you said, you just want people to find your artwork, and if it resonates with them, then they'll buy it. I think it's nice.
Yeah, and it's something I've had to, like, for me, it's not anything apart from, other than that, right? And I'll talk a bit more about off-chain stuff in a second for people, but yeah, it should be organic and not hyped. And some people would ask me, hey, are you going to have some Telegram groups or chats or Discords or whatever and hype the project up and do raids and this, that, and that? And I said, actually, no, because that wasn't the point in the artwork. The point in the artwork was actually to be sincere and say, like, Kaspa is here to stay. It's not going to go away. It's not like a marketing ploy. And as soon as like Ashton said earlier about rug pulling and stuff, it's also the same with NFTs. Like, I would have actually no intention of selling my Kaspa back to fiat or anything like that for anything that I made, selling any artworks, for example. just to have some integrity.
Love that. I do actually really like that. Are you by any chance coming to the Kaspa experience?
Is this Berlin?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to get there because I'm in Netherlands. I'm in Amsterdam. So I'm trying to get there, but it's actually not that easy. It's like a 12-hour train journey or something like that. But I'm going to try between work. But I might be in London sooner. So if I'm back in the UK, I'll try and arrange to meet up with you guys in Wolfies.
That would be because I'm just making ideas up in my head now. And Ashton, please tell me if it's just not the direction you want to go. But like, you could have like a Kaspa art gallery, and say like the visualize art just on display. I don't know the sort of logistics of that, how it would work or anything like that. But yeah, just I don't know. Maybe that could happen. But either or, it'd be awesome to meet up with you and have a drink with you if you're coming to it.
Would absolutely love to. It'd be a pleasure. Be a pleasure. I'm more of a how do I say it, an extrovert in person. Digital spaces aren't generally my thing. I have to say. I prefer being down the pub.
Perfect. Well, that works for me. Ashton, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to find a time to chime in without interrupting you guys. We can absolutely do that, and it looks like a great opportunity to showcase it. To be honest, I don't know off the top of my head what you want to do, whether it's you know, a kind of focused little gallery or if it's just included artwork throughout the event. But if you're open to it, I think we should talk about it directly. Start a DM or something and figure out what works best. While you were talking, I actually went and checked out the collection and minted 2 of them myself, and one is now a phone wallpaper. So they're really cool, man. Congrats on the project.
Oh, thanks very much. Cheers, mate. Thank you. I would absolutely love to take part. If there's any way that I can do anything, or if there's anything you want to take for the event as well, then let me know. For sure. Excellent.
Awesome. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll start a DM with you directly here on X.
Thank you, and thank you to everyone else also who minted the artwork. There's quite a number of people. Cryptopumpz, Trulia, there's others. Sorry if I missed anyone. I'm just going through the people that are in this channel that I recognise. Yeah, thank you for minting, and to let those people know as well. There are exhibitions, in-person exhibitions. Maybe just added another one, but Miami Art Basel is one of the biggest art exhibition shows in the world. Also, that one being in America. The name's confusing, but it's Art Basel in Miami. And actually, for that, I submitted one of the artworks that I made for Kaspa, one of the ones that was freely distributed. I think it was Sutton Symphony #1, if you can find the artwork. But anyway, that was accepted for Art Miami Basel, which has millions of people going through it. So on the side, outside away from spaces in the crypto world, these are sort of projects I'm working on. There's maybe another project coming up in Italy that will also feature Kaspa, and yeah, I also have lots of buyers and interests from the traditional art world. So the idea is to get them interested in Kaspa by using my visual skills, shall we say, to turn heads, to go, what's that? That's Kaspa. I also sell it, you buy it with Kaspa, and it's on the Kaspa network, and then that's it. So it's a form of marketing, shall we say. Hardcore marketing.
Yeah, that's a fucking brilliant idea. Like, really, really good idea. Like, because the art world's quite, well, I'm guessing this, because I'm not really part of the art world at all, but I'm guessing the art world is more susceptible to crypto because they think more outside the box. Maybe completely wrong there. That is high speculation.
I couldn't give you a 100% honest answer on that. I really could. I would like to say, yeah, it's like it works like this, but it's all made up. I mean, the art world's completely made up anyway. It's completely objective. I think it's split. I think in the future, the two will merge, right? And I personally see that as Kaspa being the thing that merges the two worlds, not because of me and my artwork or what I'm doing, but because the network itself. There's no way that you could avoid it as a medium of exchange. shall we say. People buy artwork at the end of the day because it's a store of value, right? So if you have, I don't know, 500 million that you need to stick somewhere, then chances are that you put it in artwork, which also goes up in value over time.
I really love the idea of it. Like, again, I'm not an arty person, but, and I think, I don't know, I think where NFTs come out beforehand, and again, a lot of the NFTs, I wouldn't consider art as such. If you know, do you know what I mean? It's not, it's
Yes.
it's sort of just generic or whatever. Like it's pushed out for a different reason. It's not actually made and created for artwork as such. So I think there's actually to get genuine decent artwork out there is a good thing. And like you said, if you like, well, you've done some major moves there where you've got it to Miami Basel. I don't know, like I'm terrible with remembering things, but to get it out there in front of a load of arty people, I think that's an awesome idea. And again, it might just be enough to spark someone's interest in, well, what is Kaspa? And that's the hardest part for me in marketing to everyone, because I was speaking to someone the other day about Kaspa and how a lot of people are trying to market to the 30 million daily users of crypto, but we have like a world of, I don't know what, 8-9 billion people. Like we should be marketing to them, like, because there's a lot bigger market share there than there is for the 30,000 people that are already in crypto on a daily basis. But it's just such a hard thing to market to.
Yeah, it's very complicated. The budget that you need as well is, extreme. But I still think that the best way of getting those people that know nothing about crypto to enter the crypto space is through means, through drinking, laughing, listening to music and things like that. So the more people that create songs and make albums, and the more support we give them, then the more the adoption grows. That's how I feel about it.
It's true. If you can make a rock star put an album out on Kaspa, that would certainly get people's attention, because that is how it goes nowadays, isn't it? You get someone who's influential, like, I don't know, David Beckham, to say that he likes Kaspa. That would be it. Kaspa would just be adopted overnight. That's how mad it is. Maybe that could be a marketing campaign. I wonder how much he'd say. Actually, I was talking to Kasper Kai the other day, and I was saying about the cameos that you can do. You can like get Z-list celebrities to talk, like record you a video for like 50 quid or something. Just get a shitload of them and just like say you love Kaspa. Just say you love Kaspa, and then just have it going viral everywhere. I thought that would be a good idea, but yeah, we'll see. It'd be great to yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much trouble you'd get in for doing that though, or whether you would get in trouble for doing it.
Is it worth the risk?
Yeah, totally. Because like you could just say, like, you could spell the name Casper, like Kaspa. So Kasper's my friend. I just want you to say how much you love my friend Kaspa, and then they'll come out and say we love Kaspa. Blah 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 blah. So technically, you haven't done anything wrong, because you really do wish that they love your friend Kaspa. It's just not the Kaspa they're thinking of. That is a good marketing tip. Like, I love guerrilla marketing. I think it's my most favourite thing to do, because I'm a tight ass and have no money. So it's perfect for me to guerrilla market everything.
Chris, I had to unmute for that, man. It sounds like we need to go adopt a pet, name it Kaspa, and then get these celebrities to wish it a happy birthday, man. This is a huge guerrilla opportunity.
Oh, it'd be awesome. That would, yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, like, because I was going through them the other day. You can get some really shit celebrities for like 50 quid. And then you can get like NFL players that are wanting like thousands of pounds. But yeah, I think it would be a laugh at the very least.
we should get David Beckham's cat as a sponsor. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Oh, that's how we do it. That's how we get Kaspa out to the masses. Like, but the problem with trying to teach people why they need Kaspa is because most people don't understand they need, like, everything's so centralized, people are just used to it. They don't know there's another option. So if a bank tells them they can't make a transaction, they just go, oh, I suppose that's fair enough then, because they're so used to it now. So you're sort of trying to explain to them a problem that's been solved that they don't even know is a problem. So for me, that's the hardest part. Like, really, really is a hard part to get through to people. I was hoping someone would chime in there and just come out with the perfect answer. But it looks like everybody else has the same problem as I do. So yeah, it's a hard one.
We've had Spectacularly join us on stage. Good evening, bro. Did you have a question for anybody up on here? I guess not then. Oh, he's dropped. I scared him off. My bad.
Awesome. Levendi, have we had any more questions for anybody on the panel?
No, there's been a lot of love in the comments. I see Banana going strong with the images. There was questions for Igra earlier, but other than that, everything's been answered apart from one of the questions for Igra.
Chris, I've got a suggestion maybe for forcing the hand on mass adoption of Kaspa.
All ears, brother.
Maybe we should stop trying to convince people and rather give them challenges to where we put them in a corner where they ask you, what suggestions do you have, and then show them after you created the problem for them, without them knowing that you're the reason. Then you are also the solution, and answering them with a Kaspa situation where in real life they can actually then see firsthand how it changes the issue.
Isn't that just called bullying? Are you saying we should bully people?
I'm saying yes. If it means you're bullying someone for a better outcome and to build them a stronger person, I'm down on that. I'm down on that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you can actually justify like Kaspa to retail, for example, to people, especially if they know anything about Argentina or Venezuela or Zimbabwe or anywhere that has had mass inflation, and I mean like runaway inflation, that has just absolutely decimated their savings within, I don't know, a few months. Like Argentina was a real bad case. If anyone wants to know the effects that inflation can have, or runaway inflation can have on a country, look at Argentina. That was horrific for those people. And Argentina was one of the wealthiest countries going. And it was just bad policy that really screwed them over. And there's people that had savings, like the middle class got wiped out and they didn't even realise it. And to be honest with you, I can see this happening now in the UK. I don't know so much about the US, but certainly in the UK, the middle class is getting slipped out and they don't even realise it. So I'm not saying we're going to have runaway inflation in the UK, but also I'm not saying it can't happen, because if you would have said to an Argentinian back then, I think it was in like the 90s or 80s, I can't remember, but if you'd have said to an Argentinian back then that, listen, your bank balance is going to remain the same, but your purchasing power is going to just go non-existent, they wouldn't believe you. They literally wouldn't believe you. And so it can happen to anyone. And this is the real point of this is, one, inflation was horrendous there, obviously. Two, the banks just shut their doors on people and said, no, you're not taking your money out. Now, the smart people in Argentina that saw this coming put their money or the peso into USD because it's obviously a stable currency. They thought, right, that's a good idea. But the ones that didn't take the USD out of the country, out of their banks in the country, and left them in the same bank accounts, they got their USD seized and then swapped straight away for peso, and that was it. By the time it swapped, they'd already lost like 30% of their value. So it's real, like that is a key example. But you try to say that someone, I don't know, certainly in the UK, it doesn't resonate with them because we've never had anything like that. Not to the extreme. We've had like bank runs and obviously banks closing their doors for however long, and then they do some clever juggling or kicking cans down the street. But and then things get sorted to a degree. But yeah, like that's a real problem. That is a real problem. And actually, even in the UK now, there are banks that are asking for like, so, and it's not even like a hell of a lot of money. It's like excuse me, it's like £4,000, say 4 or 5 grand. I want to take 4 or 5 grand out of my bank account. Oh, why do you need that money for? It's like, well, it's none of your business, it's my money. I just want my money out. No, I promise you this has happened to a lot of people that I know. They'll then say we need a receipt, or like, so they'll say we need a reason, sorry. So they'll make up a reason. I'm buying a car. Okay, we need to see a receipt or the listing of that car that you're wanting to buy. This is how bad it's getting. And like for me, that is just a massive wake-up call to people in the UK. Look, there's another way. There is a decentralized system that you are your own bank. It's completely permissionless. You don't have to do this, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. I just don't think people are ready to hear it. And I don't know if it's because being that centralized has become normalized now. But then that worries me because you're just heading down a direction that is getting tighter and tighter grip over you. Kaspa for me is literally an escape from a centralized system. I can go to a completely decentralized system that, decentralization is like one of those things where you may never need it, but you'll really wish you had it if a centralized system goes sort of tyrannical like that. So it's like, yeah, a lot of people won't realise they need a decentralised system until it's too late because their funds are locked in a bank that they can't get access to. Like that's okay. That's on the extreme side of things, but that is where I genuinely think the UK is going at the moment. Yeah, sorry for that rant. I can't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, trying to adopt people. So if those sort of tactics don't even work, it's a really hard. I don't know. It's a hard sell because it's a problem that people don't pay enough attention to. I think. I would love to get other people's thoughts on this because I've just gone on a rant. Cool. Cheers, guys.
What were you saying?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did I wake you up, Wolf?
Yeah,
Apologies.
sorry. Something I heard something. I'm awake. What's up?
Something about chickens. I can't remember.
Hey, he was talking about his merch store again, Wolf.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I agree with you though, Chris. To the end of your rant, it makes a lot of sense, man. And you're preaching the truth. It seems.
It's just hard to get the truth over to other people. I don't know. It's a hard sell. Like I think globally, is it something like? Oh, I'm going to throw out random numbers here, but I'm sure it's like 3 or 4% of the global population are in crypto, and that's crypto in general. It might be 7 or 8%. Can't remember. Grok it.
Does that
It's only a
include
little bit less
Starbucks?
than that. I think it's just over 1% in total for crypto. I've done these numbers about a month or so ago. It's about 800,000 or 800 million active wallets. Whether those belong to whether multiple wallets under that number belong to the same person or not is still not very clear. But 800 million active wallets across the entire crypto industry, which is what, 9 billion, not even hitting 1%.
Insane. That's how early the crypto space is. And then when you start thinking about how early you are in Kaspa, how much out of that just under 1% is in Kaspa. Like it's going to be 0.000 point whatever. So that's how incredibly early just crypto in general is. But I genuinely do think we are seeing like a new industrial revolution going on, and it's going to, for me personally, I think it's going to include, well, it's definitely going to include AI, robotics, and crypto. I genuinely think that.
100%. I agree with you. We're really early, and one thing that I've been spewing for the last few months, across the timeline and DMs and Discords, whatever. One thing that is needed for the rest of humanity to get onboarded here is one simple wallet that houses everything. You got your security wallet, fine, but there's this one simple wallet that houses every single crypto known to man, nice and easy, connecting to everything, easy transitions instead of having fucking 10, 15 different wallets, fucking thousands of different seed phrases. Not with Tangem, of course, which I'm learning, but the whole point, what I'm trying to say is there is not one simple, easy step in stone or step, if you like, for the normal day-to-day person to come over into this industry and interact and transact and find out what it's all about in a seamless way. It's all a lot of extra things that they need to do. They need to learn to protect themselves. They need to learn to what connects to where, what some people don't even know what a browser extension is, right? Let alone a crypto wallet, right? So my whole thing is, as young as this industry is, I think the focus needs to be towards these little things and these little details if we really want to onboard the everyday person.
Well, isn't that why like things like Cassia are so exciting, right? Because people don't buy like a technical product, like almost ever. I mean, you have a very small portion of the population that buys something for its use case or its technical throughput or something. Like most people just buy an experience or a better version of themselves when they're looking at products, right? So it's the things built on the tech that are going to attract the mass adoption, right? I mean, no one wanted to get on the internet when it first came out, but once you could do X, Y, and Z, now you have a motivation to get on the internet and use it. No one cares about how the internet works. They care about going and doing X, Y, and Z thing.
Yeah, that is 100% the case. Like, for example, just using Kaspa as example, like Kaspa's network will be adopted or could be adopted without anyone even having to know it's been adopted, and that's really where it probably would be adopted, if you know what I mean. So like even just as a payment rail, all anyone really cares about is they tap a card and their number in their balance leaves and goes somewhere else. They don't know, like with Visa, who actually knows how Visa works? No, like not many normies know how Visa works, or MasterCard, Stripe, any of these payment processors. They don't know how they work. They just know that they tap, it's been deducted, awesome, I've got my stuff. It's exactly the same as Kaspa. Like if someone, it's going to benefit more the businesses or the payment processors to use Kaspa than it is the actual retail. All the retail need to know is they've got a K logo on their card now instead of Visa, and then they tap and it does all the magic for them without them even knowing what the hell the magic is. So just as a payment rail, it would be adopted without people realizing it's been adopted.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. That's the way the adoption is sustainable, long term, and just I mean, in line with the whole idea of crescendo and the naming scheme and the musical notes inside Caspa. I mean, it's just a beautiful way to do the tech, and that's the beautiful way to do the adoption, where no one needs to know anything; they just need to use it. But on that front, like you're talking about with merchants benefiting more from it, I think what we need to do more is market against TradFi, right? You're talking about these banks and holding funds and having to show a listing of a card to do a withdrawal. Too much of crypto is marketing one crypto versus the other crypto, right? And we need to be marketing to individual users on why they care about the sovereignty of their funds, why they care about being able to custody their wealth for the first time in their life.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. 100%.
Do you remember when KRC20s first came out and the amount of PvP that went on between projects? But then as time matured, everybody stopped PvPing and started working together, and now look at the ecosystem. I think that's one great example.
Yeah, 100%. And I take this approach with Bitcoin, for example. I like most Bitcoiners, or certainly the cypherpunk Bitcoiners, should technically love Kaspa, but they won't love it because they're obviously they're focused on Bitcoin. But it's a weird thing, because if you're a cypherpunk on Kaspa or a cypherpunk on Bitcoin, you're both sort of going towards the same goal. You want as a decent, you want to step out of that TradFi system. So it is like you're saying, Levendi, it doesn't need to be player versus player. It should be a group of people that have the same goal coming together and like use Bitcoin, use Kaspa. It doesn't matter, but it's what is going to, I don't know, it's what's going to achieve that end goal. And if the end goal for a cypherpunk is I want to step away from this system, then these are these are the tools that you can use. You don't just have to use Kaspa, you can use Bitcoin if you want, or vice versa. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a hard one. Marketing crypto is hard.
It is a hard one, and especially now how young it is, because there's a lot of people with parasitic nature out here, out to max extract in any means and ways possible. So that it can be scary to the new user or the everyday normal person that just doesn't understand tech coming into it, to seeing it. So it's quite a hard thing to market without leaving out any of the negative stuff that's happened in the industry, because curiosity always will get the better of the person. If somebody gets naturally curious of something, they're going to ask loads of questions. So you'd expect a question about, oh, well, what about this story that I heard somebody lost millions and millions of pounds in crypto? What happened there? I don't want that to happen to me. You know what I mean? It's really hard. You're right. It's really hard. But I believe as the space matures and as people work together for this better end goal, it's becoming easier.
We just need to get to a point where people, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It is really it's really hard. But then again, I'd actually argue that sort of this sort of the bull runs and things like that, they do actually drive adoption, because an ordinary working person, sees an opportunity to make some money. Well, I'm a prime example. This is actually how I got into crypto. I was halfway through buying a house. It fell through for rental. Me and my brother had some money, so we buying a house. Fell through, and we lost, I don't know, $5,000 or whatever on fees anyway, just for doing that. And we were stuck, and we were like, oh, I don't really want to go for another house. What do we do? Saw that this thing called Bitcoin was going up, so we went, well, fuck it, just take a punt, put our money on that. And it did, and it went up, and we made money, and it was like, yes, exciting, cool. We had no idea what Bitcoin was, why it was valuable, why people wanted Bitcoin. For us, it was just, we've made money, cool. But then, because of that, it then made me think, well, why the hell is this thing so valuable? Like, why are people wanting so much of Bitcoin? What is to me, it's just funny little internet money, means nothing. Which is what most people think. When you hear crypto, they just think, oh, it's just nothing. So then it actually made me, who is not a technical person, I don't work in an office, I don't have like computers around me or anything, I work with bricks. So for someone like me to then look into what makes Bitcoin valuable, actually started a massive process for me, and it actually made me realize the need for decentralization and the value in that. So that was my crypto journey. That's how I started. So I don't know, maybe some people just need to chase that money to then realize. But then I don't know, the other flip side of that is you get stung on it, you go stupid and go degen and ape into something because it's crypto, and you lose all your money. You're probably never going to go back to crypto again and just call it a scam. So actually that's the flip side of it. Maybe I got lucky, I don't know. I do not have the answers. It's really hard. I really just want someone to come up on stage and go, "Oh, this is the answer," and then we have peace in the world.
Come on then, Satoshi, if you're listening, grab the mic then. Jesus Christ, why are you leaving us up here like this?
Yeah, he's definitely listening to Blockchain Banter. It's the only place to be on a Monday evening. Oh dear. Anyway, we've gone on for a massive rant. The visual eye. Sorry, we were actually speaking to you. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Not specifically, not yet. Just stay tuned. Things will develop, I suppose, is all I can say. And also always looking to work with other people. I think the ecosystem has matured now that there's actually more of a place for people like myself, shall we say, where I can actually help with coders and builders and stuff like that. So yeah, just stay tuned, and I'll be back next week, I suppose.
Awesome, and hopefully we get to see your exhibition at the Kaspa Experience. That would be amazing.
Yep, that'd be amazing. Big shout out to Ashton if that comes through. Thanks, guys.
Also, Ashton, there's another. Do you know Boku, the Japanese guy?
Not off the top of my head right now. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
He done a really good art collection as well. Hash Bug. Yeah, it's quite edgy art. Quite again, is good because it just feels like real art rather than just generic art. And I think it's sold out though, so I'm not sure how he'd ever exhibition that. And he probably won't come from Japan to Berlin. So I've taught myself out of it.
It's a collection it's an NFT collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite a cool collection. Have you the visual eye? Have you seen it?
Yeah, massive fan. I was on holiday for a few days, so I didn't actually get a chance to mint any. So I have to, I have to buy mine on secondary. I'm trying to massage them into creating a new collection so that I can mint half of it myself. But yeah, exactly. I think those are the people that we want to have, like getting together, right, and have a Kaspa gallery curation. Maybe that'll be my next project. That'd be pretty sweet.
That would be badass, definitely.
It's funny, the visual eye, because the Kaspa Experience is being held at Atelier Gardens, which is an old film studio, and they use a number of these buildings for art exhibitions and galleries quite frequently. When we were looking at the venues and places and stuff, it seems like their like predominant event at this place is a gallery or art show of some sort. So there's a synergy here for sure. We definitely got to talk.
Nice. I know it well, actually. Do you mind asking for the show? Do you also develop and design your own? Not props isn't the right word, but your presence. There's a lot of time and energy and expense going into that.
I'm sorry, man. I don't fully understand your question. Can you repeat it?
For the in-person event in Berlin, how much energy, time, and effort has went into the actual physical event, shall we say? Like, is there a lot of elements that you and the team have to design, or is it already provided, or
no? There's a lot.
That work?
Yeah, there's a lot ongoing for like signages and booth advertising and some digital work that we're doing to show on like screens at the event and stuff like that. So there's a lot of this that's in progress now. We actually spent a good amount of time last week kind of organizing it and creating a spreadsheet of everything that we need to create, because we're also working with Chad directly, Rhubarb Media. Sorry, I stuttered when I said that, but yeah, he had asked for some more like dimensions and details on exactly what we need to create. So it's ongoing right now. The like artwork gallery that we could put up around the event as like a focused art display is kind of different track from this like signage and graphics work for the event itself, but both are possible. The graphics work is already ongoing, and the only kind of ideas we ever had around artwork were showcasing NFTs in the CAS ecosystem. So wasn't specific to Nacho or the Visual Eye, I have to say, but looking at your work and the fact that you worked with Core to do it, and it's so representative of Kaspa, like accurately representative. A lot of good effort and work was clearly put into this and coordinated with the team, and it seems like you really cared about those details, that it would be a really good fit to showcase it at an event, 100% focused on CAS, rather than just pulling kind of random artwork that was on chain, a lot of it AI created, stuff like that. So it seems to line up really well.
Amazing. And it would also be great to have Boku there as well, or maybe if we could get him on the show next week to talk about it, actually, would be good.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, the Hashbug artwork was incredible, and Boku's a really nice guy as well. I don't know how much English he speaks. That's the only problem, and I am not good with Japanese. I cannot understand it, as you can probably tell. I can barely speak English, but he's a really nice guy, and yeah, his art collection was incredible actually. So yeah, again, I don't know how exhibitions work in the art world, but like if say for example you managed to go the Visual Eye, if you managed to go to the event in Berlin and had an exhibition there, I don't know if Boku could have one as well if the artwork's already been sold. I don't think that would really work, would it?
Maybe Ashton can give us more details on that. That's actually an interesting subject. I had a meeting last week with some collectors on the Tezos chain, and talking about Kaspa and bridging it over. And what they do is they load the IPSF directly into a screen, which sounds really obvious, but it's actually taken quite a long time to get to that point. So I suppose it just depends on how we exhibit the work, the pieces. But I think it's definitely possible to have multiple artists just even on one screen if it interchanges. Even if the artwork's sold, I don't think it would matter too much if it's just like a creation of people on Kaspa. Then yeah, it could work for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely not an art guy either. I have not spent a lot of time at galleries or exhibitions. I'm naive here, but I agree with everything he just said. I don't see any reason why, from a showcase perspective, we couldn't at least highlight his work and put it on display and either share space or screen or whatever. But if there are things that are available, there's a kind of scavenger hunt that happens for attendees at the event too, where they're encouraged to go through certain steps and complete tasks that help educate them and engage them in the Kaspa ecosystem, for a prize at the end of the day. So, if you look at things like available NFTs to mint, like the Visual Eye, you could easily add something in there and say, hey, go mint an NFT here, or go, at least look at the artwork, or trade on Kaspa.com or something. So there's a lot of things that we could do, but I'm slightly naive to the subject too, so maybe a little more lengthy conversation, good for everybody.
Well, it's a good kickstart to the convo anyway. Yeah, I think it'd be quite cool to have an art exhibition at the Kaspa experience as well for the arty types. This is what I do like about Kaspa. It is for everyone, and it's as much, if we can showcase Kaspa to the world as much as possible, and try to keep it as CAS payment orientated as possible, it would be awesome. I'm really looking forward to the event, man. I think it's going to be incredible. I really am looking forward to it.
I really am too. It seems like every response we've got from attendees or people like Luke and Chad and yourself that have offered to help, it's all been really positive, and we're really excited about it too. I wish I could just kick this default feeling I have of just walking around as a bag of nerves, because I cannot stop being nervous that we're going to mess it up somehow or not do something we're supposed to. But you guys know me at this point. I'm basically an anxious wreck most of the time.
It'll be absolutely fine. It's easy for me to say because I'm not hosting it, but
yeah.
it will
Let's
be
talk
fine.
at the end of the event and see what you have to say.
Oh, it's going to be great, man. I am looking forward to it. And like you said, the where it's been held at Atelier Gardens is just, it looks incredible. So it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a spot on event. Awesome. Levendi, is there any questions from anybody?
No, no questions have come through in the last 10-15 minutes that we've been talking here. But I've been a lot of love coming through and likes and everything, so I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, I suppose it's a good time to wrap up. If any, does anyone on the panel have anything they want to finish up with before we start wrapping up? No.
Yes. We've got a announcement for the Blockchain Banter Sunday roast. It was scheduled to be on the 6th this week. However, we have to push it back 1 week further. So instead of the 6th, it is going to be the week after, which is the 13th.
Awesome. And I'm looking forward to that one. Everybody can blame CryptoPumpz for that one. He decided to be extremely selfish, so we have to push it back another week.
What's hilarious about that is when he said that in the chat, I was like, oh, good, it can be his fault because it's Independence Day on Friday. So we're out of town all weekend. So thank you to CryptoPumpz for taking the blame.
Perfect. Independence Day from who? Us.
You, damn it. You can keep your TV and your taxes.
Yeah. Trust me, I don't want the taxes either. I'm going to America. We want our own Independence Day. Jesus. Maybe when Kaspa takes over, that will be our Independence Day. There'll be a global Independence Day.
Would it be an Independence Day with Keir Starmer getting stepped down?
Oh God, don't. You'll get locked up, Levendi.
Yeah, I've got to be careful what I say online now. Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, I love a Blockchain Banter Sunday roast. So yeah, looking forward to that one. And yeah, thanks for CryptoPumpz for taking the blame away from Ashton.
While we're blaming him, also we should be thanking him because he is live right now over on YouTube. A couple of questions have come through from YouTube, and we have asked them through tonight with our guests on stage. So big shout out to CryptoPumpz. If you're not following him, then what the hell are you doing? Get that follow button up and press it. Every time we go live on a Monday, he is there recording it and make sure we have a backup copy over on YouTube, as well as hosting the Sunday roasts once a month.
Yeah, he certainly is a top guy. We do love CryptoPumpz, really. We just love a banter more. Anyway, I suppose we should wrap up, Levendi. I'm melting.
Yeah, 100%, man. I need my 5th shower of the bloody day, man. It's insanely hot still, and it's an hour before midnight. I honestly don't get it. I wonder what it's going to be at 8 o'clock in the bloody morning. 40 degrees or what? But it's been an awesome show. Pleasure to speak with everyone on stage today. Thank you for coming, and thank you to all of our listeners. It's without you, there is no Blockchain Banter. So thank you very, very, very much for showing up and supporting us week in, week out, and for the last year. Really do appreciate it. From me, so good night, and I'll see you guys on Monday, or speak to you on Monday.
Yeah, and for me, it is a good night and a massive thank you as well. We hope you came for the blockchain, but stayed for the